Thank you so much, Chief Principal Kabete, Kabete National Polytechnic. Our chief guest, Madam PS, State Department for TVET, the chairperson of Kabete National Polytechnic, the principal, the entire TVET fraternity, and our very good partners. I am delighted this morning. My name is Alice Kande, Director General of the Kenya National Qualifications Authority. We are indeed very, very delighted from the space that we sit in. Of course, you've heard that we are one of the sagas, one of the agencies under the State Department for TVET, and so proudly at it, in as much as our role cuts across, because in implementing the Kenya National Qualifications Framework, our role cuts across from basic to the highest level that can be, that is the university, and also the professional part. Anywhere that we can get a form of a qualification, there we come in, because our role is to ensure that there is coordinated and harmonized qualifications process, so that ultimately we are proud of the kind of qualifications we're getting from our institutions. But Madam PS, allow me to say that we are truly honored, because from all the sub-frameworks that we have, and I say this with a lot of due respect, that we get a lot of support and cooperation from the TVET institutions. And for that, we really appreciate you for that spirit of coordinating us and ensuring that we are doing our work in a harmonized way. And that is why we have an opportunity to really appreciate the far that we have come, and the opportunities that and the achievements that we have so far seen in the TVET space. We are grateful then that in this momentous opportunity that we are looking back on how TVET has evolved, we have a reason to celebrate the milestone. I was looking at the story of what we're calling the Native Industrial Training Depot, and the outcome of what was expected then, that they would get people, cheap semi-skilled labor for Wazungus to work in farms and the industries. But that has now evolved to people who are coming out of these TVET institutions now, who are actually making mega contribution in our economy. And for that, I really applaud all of our stakeholders, because of the seriousness that we have taken and the potential that we've actually seen that TVET can make in this space. And so our chief guest and our distinguished guest, we are really delighted to be part of and parcel of this celebratory mood. And as a Kenya National Qualifications Authority, then we're proud to have walked this journey with the players in the TVET sector, and we are committed to maintaining the legitimacy of qualifications awarded in the country and ensuring that they align with the requirements that are very well stipulated for registration in the National Qualifications Framework, so that they meet the needs of the workforce. Currently, there is so much hype and conversations going around about credibility of our qualifications. We're talking about fake and fraudulent qualifications, and there's no better time to, in a very sustainable way, address this issue by emphasizing on skills. And Madam PS, we thank you because of making the clarion call that it is not so much about the paper or the number of papers I produce, but it is about the skill and the competence that I can demonstrate that I have. And for that reason, we want to really appreciate that in as much as we are flagging out those fake qualifications, we have a more lasting way of addressing this issue. And we believe that as we focus, and TVET being the lead in this, as we focus on certifying people because they have demonstrated that they have skills and competencies, then we are surely we shall surely maintain our position as trailblazers, not just within East Africa, but also continentally. And so we are delighted because we will be able to address and tackle that issue of fake credentials that are entering the job market by implementing strong quality assurance measures, having all those qualifications registered in the database of national qualifications, and of course, continuous monitoring. You say that we are one of the regulatory agencies in this space of education and training, and we are glad because as players in the TVET space, we are not ashamed of having our qualifications in that database. You know, the database is like a mirror. We are putting those qualifications confidently there to be seen, accessed, and for use by anyone, whether it is nationally or internationally. But we are proudly saying that these are globally competitive qualifications, because when it comes to engaging the industry has been involved, and they are confident that what we have registered as certificates from the TVET space, they actually have the current, the present breadth of what is happening in the industry. And so looking back and looking ahead, we are really, really delighted and excited about the future and the endless opportunities that lay ahead. And we have no single doubt that we shall continue celebrating this. This is just the first century that we're celebrating, but I am imagining now in the next probably 10, 15, 50 years, how this space will have changed. And as PS always tells us, that this sand that we are stepping on, let us make sure that we leave imprints that we shall always be proud of in saying that we did what we ought to have done. And so we are grateful, and I am very certain we will ensure that TVET remains driving force for Kenya's growth, empowerment, and economic growth. Thank you so very much again for inviting us. We're glad to be part and parcel of these great celebrations. Allow me then to also then appreciate my my sibling sister institutions that we work with, even in the absentia, because we work very, very closely in ensuring that what we're getting from the TVET institutions is actually being done in a coordinated way. We're working very closely with TVET CDEC, we're working very closely with TVETA, and we're assuring our institutions that we will ensure that we fast track, as one of the presenters has rightly said, that the pace of change is so fast. If we take a whole century or a whole year to approve a curriculum, then we are doing injustice, because probably by the time you're approving, a lot has changed. And so we are doing a lot to ensure that we move with the pace that is required and we have the right qualifications for this country. Thank you so very much again. We are honored to be here. Thank you.